Welcome to the George FTTV YouTube channel. Today we'll discuss how we went for round 5, so should be good. Do the review and trades and review the players and see how we go. But yeah, still getting absolutely caned by the Ashcroft and now Horn Francis trade outs. Yeah, not working out. We did fix R2, or quote unquote fix. Sherry's been a catastrophe really, and we did get Baz, and we just used the wrong avenue in Horn Francis. So, yeah, I've been copying it a bit for trading premiums, and I guess that's fair enough. You shouldn't trade, I know that, but I feel like I needed to get Baz, fix R2, but I don't know, used the wrong path to get there. That's all right. It is what it is, but shout out to DR if you're watching. He's just did a tweet. I think his wife did a tweet to say he's in hospital over the weekend, but said that he's in good spirits, which is good to hear. So hope you're going well. DR, shout out to you, star of the community. Yeah, hopefully better soon. So thinking of you guys. But yeah, we'll get into the review or the score and the season rank. 2,235 was our score. 2,845 was our rank. So slowly creeping up, but did whiffed our captain, which is very annoying. I had Andy or Sarong. I had it on Andy, switch it to Sarong, and then the broadcast said, Camden's eyeing off the Sarong matchup here, and I quickly tried to change it, and then timed out. I was like, shit. So lost 52 points. That's a lot of points, but what do you do? I think we're 500 off the leader. Could have been 450, but whatever. Not going to win, but we can get a reasonable rank, I think. So, I guess the letdowns this week were Dawson. Prior, I was optimistic about Essendon defenders in this matchup, and there were times where they were just switching back and forth, but I think Prior was on the bench. I reckon they had about 10, 15 marks in a row, switched twice, and then in the space of a very short period, and yeah, Prior was on the bench and missed that, but Reid did get involved, so I was happy we fielded Reid. I think Dawson will be okay. Shit, he's got Bedford this week. I think off the 5-day break, and I think he's a DT pick, honestly. Like, I don't think he'll be top 8 in SuperCoach. My thoughts picking him before the season started, I thought he was high 100s with a little bit of a CBA bump, and then had a few issues last year, like we played through a foot injury for a few weeks, so I thought there was a bit of upside there, but I think he'll be fine. It's just like the trust is like, is Dawson going to let me down this week in terms of scoring? There's potentials there. In fantasy, he's fine. Like his fantasy was 92, so it's fine there. But that's Dawson. Lindsay was a bit of a letdown. So the plan was, people have traded Sardis inside mid, 25 touches. People have traded Nevitt. I can't remember what he was scoring, but I think his DT average was 90 in his first two. He was getting 50% CBAs. And then Lindsay's got this beautiful halfback role. So I'm like, we're going to hold these rookies in good roles. We're going to hold them, we're going to field them, and we're going to make up ground. Sardis got dropped. Nevitt played like absolute rubbish. And Lindsay got heavily managed hog. So, oh my God, it just so bad. Like, these were like pottish because people traded them, and that was a plan. So, we hung on to them, but ended up trading Sardis when I found out he was dropped. Went to Sandy Brock. Why the hell do you have Sandy Brock? I'm the only idiot with him. What's his ownership? It's going to be negative. That's yeah. Some people do have him 4%. So I didn't have money to get to Clay Hall. Clay Hall was almost 130k at the time, and I was probably going to get Clay Hall, but I didn't really care to go without him because I know I shouldn't keep talking about DT scores, but I was looking at waffle stats. They were rubbish. Full-time mid averaging in the 60s in the waffle. Like that's how you going to make it AFL level if you're averaging that. So I get it. He's a contested ball winner, and he's not bad at extracting and stuff, but he's got no other strings to his bow. And what happened is he got kicked out of the midfield anyway in the fourth quarter. They figured out that Gross is better. Hutchinson was in there. I think he was a bit sore. Hutchinson, how much is he? He got 85% CBAs. I do feel for West Coast. I do take interest in that club in the state they're in and where they go. It's sort of be an interesting case study where to go from here. You probably just blow it up. You sell Harley Reid for 3 firsts if you can. You sell Oscar, hopefully get a band 1 pick. It's 4 firsts. You bring in a bunch of kids together so they can keep them together so they stay, hopefully. Maybe some of them are friends. Look at like Rao Anderson. And then a few others from that draft. So I think that's the best path to go. Like, maybe some people want to hold Harley Reid, but I think that's the flight risk of him wanting to leave is just... It wouldn't be like, and I don't know what he's thinking, but you feel like he's probably going to go. I think they should sell. Anyway, that's enough on West Coast. Other trade was we brought in Sarong for O'Driscoll, and when you're paying $590, like $590, it's steep, but it's not like $650 last year I was paying for a few players like Merritt and Rao. But you want a bit more than this against Richmond. It's got Melbourne this week, but yeah, McIntosh went to him for a bit. I don't think the tag was that hard. Like McIntosh was switching onto Young and sort of sometimes he was pushing Sarong off the stoppages. Sometimes he just kind of just went head to head and they were just freely at stoppage. But the problem is people are going to get Nick Dacos here, and we're going to have to go Sarong versus Dacos because I don't think we can get Nick for a while. He'll be the most traded in premium, you'd think, this week. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit rough if Sarong starts games like he is at the moment, but I think it'll come good. And Melbourne are not looking too good. That midfield really, really poor. I figure he can probably do a number on them unless they randomly throw Sparrow to him. Hopefully they win by so much that they just drop the tag and don't care. So, but yeah, we'll go through. I say we got DPPs. I had to re-record the first few minutes of this because had mic issues, but always check if your OBS is working, if you're recording. But DPPs, Warner, Petracca. Yeah, I think I don't really like either, to be honest. I think Warner's interesting because his ceiling's high, but his mid-time is less than last year, it would seem. It's quite low. And Mills is coming back. What was it last year? I don't think it was that much either. No, it's pretty good. 64, and right now, he did get subbed. 48. It's probably in the 50s somewhere if he's not getting subbed. I mean, it's okay. I mean, I think he'll be fine, man. Like, how is he not doing less than 95? He should maybe push 100, but yeah, I don't know what it is with Warner. Even when people looked at him last year, I just don't trust him for whatever reason. Like, just random floor games. Like, I don't know what it is. High impact, not massive accumulator. Like, still can accumulate, but like not massive. So, look, he'll be cheap and he'll be good. Like, he'll be a good pickup. I think leave me out of Petracca this year. I thought he played quite well on the weekend, and he probably should have kicked 2 goals and went 115. Oh, look, I think he'll be fine. Nice run coming up. He hasn't turned all year. I think the whole Melbourne are just a mess, and he's off limited preseason. I don't know, man. I think like his whole contract situation, like he's in contract prison basically. He's speaking about West Coast before. I think Melbourne blow it up as well. Get what you can for Petracca. Get what you can for Oliver even. Yeah. It'd be interesting what they actually can get for those guys, but I think they just got to go to the draft. Like Gawn is old. Like he's not going to be around for their next premiership tilt, you would think. So I would go to the draft if I was them. Sell whatever they got. Yeah, I think Petracca is Petracca going to do 100 this year? considering he hasn't done 100 once in 5 weeks. Probably should have this week because he missed the open goal. What's the CBAs? Like, I do think they, like, apparently, they mentioned in the commentary, when Van Rooyen went off the field, the tallest forward at the time was Fritsch. I feel like he played a lot midfield this week without guessing. Okay, it was a bit up this week. Viney Oliver. Is anyone going to be put in there? They could put Rivers a bit more in there. Like, Sparrow doesn't really go to CBA. He sort of takes away from him. But yeah, starts half forward. They dropped Langford CBAs. I don't know what they do, man. It just doesn't... Like, Melbourne are getting smashed every week. They're losing and the whole contract stuff. Like, I think he'll be fine. We need to get Horn Francis, but there's one... what's going on? The one I have my eye on is Dylan Moore. Now, you might be thinking, why would you go Dylan Moore? We got Warner and Petracca. Well, if you were watching the game, they moved him in the midfield, and I think it was more in the third quarter, and he played really well, and they started catching up. I thought he was probably their best. Newcomb was pretty good, but... So if you can see here, Dylan Moore, CBAs have gone 50%. I guess Nash went off. Okay, that could be why. To me, if I'm the coach, if I'm Sam Mitchell, I'm watching this game. I'm watching Dylan Moore do really well in the midfield. I'm thinking he needs to stay in there. I'm going to wait 1 week on this. I don't know what happened with Nash, but his break even is 87. Hopefully it doesn't go too well, because I think he can do 110 in the midfield. A few years ago when he was getting 60% CBAs in the back, I think it was the last 5 or 6 games, I think it was 110 or something, so pretty durable too. And the run is sickening. West Coast, Richmond, Melbourne. Like, what else would you rather at the moment? So I think I'm happy to wait one. Hopefully it doesn't go 140 this week or something, but if the CBAs hold, I'm going to get him for 450, and we'll take on Petrarca and Warner. I dare say Horn Francis, but I think we'll definitely get Horn Francis. We're going to wait after his bye, so we'll get that, hopefully, a bit of relief round 5, because people are heavy on that bye. We're not too bad. We've got Sherry, TDK, Rosie, Sheasel, Daniel, so we're actually quite bad for that bye. So not having... we're just going to wait for Horn Francis, and let's look at Port CBAs. I can cop trading out Horn Francis because I didn't actually want him to start the year. I thought with all 5 of them in there, I didn't think the CBAs would be high enough. Ken's never really ran high CBA mids. I didn't think the CBAs would be high enough for him to like kill you at the price. I still thought he'd be top 6, but yeah, his scoring when all 5 were in there, he had a few spike scores. His best scores were without, pretty much. When one of the Rosie or Wines were missing, or some of his best scores anyway. So I thought he's not going to kill you with all 5, but now it's, yeah, 77. It's in the 70s now, and Rosie's out of there. It's a pretty hard watch as a non-own now. It's gone, yeah, it's pretty much flipped. So I think we just hopefully he gets tagged or something. I don't know. I think you still probably tag Butters. Like next week, James Jordan. Who's he going to? It's probably Butters because he's done it before. And then he's like, yeah, he's good in the air and stuff. So I think we'll just wait for him. We'll pay whatever we have to pay. If it's 580, 570 after his buy, it is what it is. We'll just pay it. But yeah, he's probably like a high 100s guy this year, maybe even 110. So given he did 100 off like mid 50% CBAs last year, so. I think Moore and Horn Francis, they'll probably be our final 2 forwards. I wouldn't be upset with Petrarca or Warner. McRae slowed down a bit the last 2 weeks. Did get tagged this week, so just keep a watch on that. But I doubt we have much to worry about. Now, we haven't even started player review, so we'll get through that quickly. Sheasel's fine. Clark just does these low hundreds every week, and it's good. Melbourne next week. Roberts, I think if who's the biggest problem here in terms of expensive players or players that we picked as premiums? If Sherry doesn't get over this hamstring, we'll get to Sherry after actually, but it's probably Sherry and Roberts just because of the injury to Sherry. But basically his usage has gone down since Bice is picked up. I think he's still keeping a rook off the field. I don't like this coming off the bench stuff. 79. He still can rack it up, but he's not a keeper. I'm half tempted to sell, but I'm not gonna. Maybe if we were stupid enough and held boost, we could have done something there, like gone straight to more, bank 20k. That's right. Short, nice surprise, 103. He's just a little bit too cheap to sell, really. Getting him up to a premium like that money, him going up to like a Whitfield or something, that money probably needs to go on top of your Lindsay or your Pryor, whatever. Bice we all have is all good. It's just when you sell him, you just straight field like everyone else. Pryor's probably got one more week in this team. We have to sort of get rid of someone, and yeah, that 70 odd will roll out of his system. I think ideally I'd like to hold a bit more, and he can definitely get to the 300s. I'm pretty sure he will. A lot of defenders back there for Essendon though, and he's kind of just, we need to get rid of someone to make an upgrade. So that's that. Trainer we didn't field, which kind of sucks, but we'll always field Pryor versus Melbourne, given the amount of marks that went around last week. Sandy Brock, look, we've got an 80 in his system, so we'll make a little bit quick coin. When McGovern comes back, it's him or Harry Edwards that goes out, and I reckon they'll give Brock a crack because they've already dropped Harry Edwards, and they brought him back in just because they needed help in the air. They're a mess, West Coast, so yeah, Andy will captain this week. Sarong, very frustrating. Very, very frustrating. But did recover a good score. He's got Melbourne this week, so hopefully no Sparrow tag. Dawson will bounce back. I'm pretty sure. I guess Bedford this week. Not great, but it's not next week's, be the week after. 5-day break. The whole Crows midfield. Like Celia was cooked. Crouch was not playing that well. Peeling was down. Rankin was okay, especially fourth quarter. So Rankin was probably the one that did the best. Now, what a pleasant surprise this is. Connor Rosie's moved to halfback, and did he look good in there? He pretty much did whatever the hell he wanted. So he's going to be top 6. He was even intercepting, going for a few marks, and he was just setting up like higher up the ground as well. Kicked a few goals, so it felt like I was watching Jack Sinclair, honestly. He was cooking, and it's interesting. I can't remember. I think it was radio or Big Footy. I was reading during the week, like, Rosie's too soft to play midfield. This is not my comments, but people saying he's too soft to play midfield, not good enough contested player. He should be at halfback. He played there as a junior. And it's interesting. And then before the game, they said that he's going to line up at halfback, and I thought, I was reading that, I was like, actually not a bad idea because he's got a good skill set for it. And yeah, again, played there as a junior. So I think he's halfback now. They can put him in the midfield if they need him. I'm sure he'll get a few CBAs throughout the year, but he'll be fine. Now, Chera, we got for this nice run. So he's made 50k and averaged 106 for us. He's got North this week. I'm just worried when the hamstring goes, if it does. So fingers crossed. But, I mean, he's done his job. He's made money. Good score this week, 117. Hopefully makes a little bit more on North. Oliver, again, bad. Good DT, bad SC. The fitness is up, just like this. His skills have just dropped off dramatically, I think. So, yeah. Better than last year, but nowhere near the Oliver we know. And that Oliver's probably gone now. Levi was very good at Norwood. I did go to, hopefully you enjoyed Gather Round. I went to this game at Norwood Oval, which was good. And yeah, it's good to see, like, I was cheering on Ashcroft, even though I traded him out. But yeah, it's good to see just the, players up close. yeah, Washy's main is pristine nick. So good that the Lions got the win there. I think we're just going to back Lindsay in and field him whole. All's good. He's making some decent money. I think he's capable of a spike score. I don't know if it'll come though. But yeah, he's made quick. What is it, 120k for us. Nevitt, so disappointing. Expected much more from him, and he was like a deer in the headlights this game. It was shocking. Like, not much intent to get the ball, not much intent to tackle. Just turned up, cardio, go home, ice up. Not good enough. He's better than that, so I'm going to hold, but I'm pretty worried he'll be sub. Henderson, oh my god, horrific trade-in. I didn't quite see this coming. 40, 30, and 13. So he scored like 80 points for us in over 3 weeks. When he had a 70 in his system, he's really good VFL numbers. I guess you could hold, but I guess the sub risk is there, and we need to open slots for Cleary and Gross. Rucks are a problem if Pitney comes in, because I think Kemp is injured and Mackay got concussed. Does that mean they bring in Pitney? If they do, I think it's just hold for one. Like, who are you even going to? I guess it's Gorn probably. This is pissing me off, this Sherry hamstring bullshit. So hopefully he's... Yeah, in the past, I've always traded players that I've thought are playing through injury, and sometimes they turn around, sometimes they don't. Like, I think it was like a Josh Kelly back in the day, played through groin issues, and I think he had played through a few groin issues, held, and then they was out for 6 weeks, something like that. So the play for me, if you have Sherry, the play for me is you hope and you wait that he comes good and he heals, because he's not training at the moment. Like, they have to ask Clarko, is he playing this week? He has to confirm yes. So I don't know what's going on. Why is it's been 3 weeks? He hasn't healed it. There's no damage on the scans. It's just it feels like if I make a mistake, like trading Horn Francis and he starts killing me, trade Ashcroft starts killing me, I'm okay with that. I'm annoyed about it, but I'm okay. It's my fault. This feels like just complete bullshit that you can't control. I don't know. This pissing me off a lot, but what do you do? Rankin was very good through his corked calf. McRae, that's fine, tagged. Baz we got, which is good. So he's making... Whoops, why did I click compare? Didn't even know that was a thing. Daniel 116, it's fine. Marriage, no good, man. Defensively, I was watching him last week, and you can see why he didn't make the team. So in the early stages, his defensive stuff is just not good enough. Needs to be stronger in the air. Actually, like, crash a pack or go for a contested mark. Like, skirts packs a little bit. So yeah, he's too soft, I think. I don't like calling players soft because AFL is a tough sport, but if you want to play that role in defense, you got to actually defend. And I don't really see it. So look, he's scoring points. He's got like 10 kick-ins, so it's a bit of a bullshit pick. And we'll just see where it takes us. 47 break even. So if you can get it to 400k, we can probably upgrade him. I don't know when. Hopefully soon. But it's getting 10 kick-ins. He can stay. Hewitt's break even's 9. So I think we're just going to wait and hope that he just they need to play him when he's fit and available, and I think it's just a fitness thing for him, and the sub risk is there. Mostly, I think the sub risk is there from a management point of view, but given they're I don't want to keep shitting on West Coast, to be honest, but I think they're going to play him, so I'm just going to hold him. There's not enough money on his head. I think we're going to trade Davidson. It's a bit risky, but yeah, I would rather hold. We'll see. We'll do a trades video this week. I did do a team sheets video this week. It's just I did a 30-minute video on mute and had to go out after that, so I couldn't re-record it unless it was like Friday night where I got home late. So it was just a little bit of a mess. So Yeah. Stone we're just going to keep because he's got DPP, so we can like flick him up and back for upgrades and stuff. Zach Reed was good matchup. It is 12:30. These Sunday night late finishes, no good. I need to go sleep. At least we got a 4-day week this week, which is nice. Trades this week. Okay. I'm so tempted by Ned Long. 30 touches in the midfield. Break even's 28. His 2 full games, 2 110s basically. He came on as sub, had 58% CBH, only scored 57. The VFL numbers last year weren't that high. And I do wonder, so when De Goey comes back, I don't think De Goey will get mass CBA. He's been too injury prone last few years. And then when Houston comes back, what does that mean for Perryman? What does that mean for Long? Long played too good that I don't think much will change. I think he'll be a core part of those centre bounces. So is he going to be in there enough, like full time when things correct in terms of De Goey and Houston coming back with Perryman? I don't know. I think a non-keeper for 280, I don't think it'll kill you, but I think I'm going to pass because I just can't make it work. I wouldn't mind going for it, but I don't think I can. Not a bad play, but there's 3 rookies. There's Saad, El Hawley. It was 4. There's Brock. I wouldn't probably bother with Brock, but Saad, El Hawley. I think sub risk probably a little bit high, and if he plays a full game, plays well, we can probably grab him for, I don't know, if he scores 70, he'll go up 40k. Maybe we can get him for 160, but we'll wait and see. So Tom Gross, he's good. I like him. I think he's better than Hull. I know that for sure. West Coast don't really know what, like, they lost contested ball by, like, I think a record 60, so pretty insane. They've got nothing in there, so I think Kelly will come back eventually, and I think they got to play Gross all year. Like, I can't see him dropping him, so we'll get Gross, and then the other one is Cleary, who has really good VFL numbers. Just check Sydney injury lists. Nope. No, it's a picture. Okay. Okay, it's McInerney. Callum. That's it. Yeah. Sheldrick sub. Does he get pushed to sub when Mills is back? Or McInerney's back? That's my worry. It's Hanley. Do they keep playing Laddams? I mean, I think probably. Could they put Florent to sub? Slightly nervous on this one. When do they play? Sunday. Look, we'll trade him in for now. Okay. So Henderson for Gross is done. That's a deal. If only we had someone with more money on their head, we could have got Dylan Moore this week. See, I think trading out Hewitt's not worth it. I think we'll keep Stone for DPP, and Henderson's barely worth it either, but someone sort of has to make way. Do we get rid of Never here? Oops. Or do we get rid of Davidson? See, I feel good fielding Davidson, but I think he's going to have to go the next 2 weeks because the only one that's really got like decent coin on their head to get a premium. You can probably milk another 50k out of him, but if you get a premium that's got a low break even, then it doesn't really matter. Can't really upgrade here. Like Prior's probably got another week. We're getting it long. No. We'll do some reading on this. Ask some Sydney supporters or read the Big Footy or whatever. See if they think he could be sub, but like he's going to explode in cash. Scores 50, makes 55k basically. But yeah, we'll leave it at that. It's 12:30. I'm going to fall asleep in 10 minutes. Bit late. That's it from me. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.